Oh, the good old supply shack. Okay, Contreras.
Hey.
Need to talk.
You look like someone in need of a reliable supplier.
Maybe. You got anything for sale?
Take your pick.
Not a whole lot of anything.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
You seem to have a normal assortment of supplies. You wouldn't by any chance happen to have a special stock, would you?
Are you implying I have some kind of secret under-the-table stash I only offer to certain clients? Because that could get a man in trouble.
Well, I've got connections. Maybe we could make an agreement.
Now you're talking my language. I do have an expanded inventory for people I can trust. If you're willing to do a little legwork for me, I could give you access to my stash and at a discount. Many of these items aren't available in the NCR, and you'll be hard-pressed to find them at a better price anywhere else.
Sounds fair. What do you need done?
Well, I can't exactly go wandering off the base whenever I want, you know. They're already suspicious. I can hear the MPs now. Gee, Contreras, I didn't know you had so many friends in the gun runners. Speaking of which, guess your first stop. You're just passing a little note to a man named Isaac for me. I want to know which girl he likes.
Alright then, I'll do it.
Great, let me know what he says. They're almost a straight shot north from here, up past the sharecroppers.
Well then, I'll be on my way, Contreras.
Bye.
Let's see. Yep, thought so. That door just doesn't do anything. I gotta say, the yard is pretty big out here. Kind of disappointed that there isn't more going on. And, you know, I'm just gonna keep searching for stuff. Leather armor? Nah, not worth it. MF cells. Now that I think about it, I mean, if it's not stealing, there's no reason not to loot these things. I'm not really out to lower my karma any more than I already have, so... 4570s. Lots of energy cells. I'll have to go, I'll have to give the energy cells to Veronica. Because, she can't always punch her way through a situation. Sometimes it's important for her to keep a distance. There certainly are a lot of trucks out here that are completely useless. Oh me, oh my. Alright then, maybe it's time for me to actually go back into the terminal building. Because, like I said, there's not actually anything that goes on out in the yard here. You know what? One thing that I really find kind of funny about the yard? The fact that it's so laughably disproportionate to the size of the planes here. Like, they made the planes properly proportionate to the size of the character models, but the actual airfield here, it's just an absolute laugh how small the runway is. It's just way too small. Just one of those signs that not everything is always put in proportion in games. Alright, so anyways, talk with Contreras. There's someone else that I need to talk to. Here we go. The Osi Lab. Hello. Hello.
A little busy at the moment, but I can talk.
What is this place? Not like anything else on base.
This? The Osi Lab. We don't get many visitors. The smell puts people off, I think. Nobody ever said science would smell clean and fresh. Anyway, you get used to it if you give it some time.
So wait, you're a scientist?
I know I don't sound the part. Get raised by Brahmin ranchers and you never lose the twang. Drives Hildern crazy. But I know every inch of the power grid from Hoover Dam to Shady Sands. That's what we do here. Try to optimize the power output from the dam. Some of the others are working on an agricultural project, but truth be told, they aren't making much progress. Not yet, anyway.
So, with more than one thing going on, what's your role?
Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible.
In that case, are there any jobs that you're hiring out for?
You mean give you work? No, that'd be up to the administrator, Hildern. He's back there in his office. Between you and me, I don't think he ever leaves. Plenty of mercs go in to see him, though.
Mercenaries? What for?
I can't say. We're not supposed to talk about the research. Not the details. If you're interested, I'm sure he'd see you.
Well, I think I'll do just that. Thanks for the chat. Talk to you later.
Nice to meet you. If you need anything, I'm almost always in the lab.
Dr. Hildren.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22?
Actually, I'm here for an invoice from Alice McLafferty of the Crimson Caravan.
From Alice? I'll see that she's paid right away. Crimson Caravan runs a tight operation. Even out here in the waste, wouldn't do to keep them waiting. Was there anything else? Or were you just here about the invoice?
Well, you mentioned Vault 22. I'm willing to listen about what's going on there.
Wonderful. Straight to it then. Have you signed the release forms? No? Doesn't matter. We'll keep that to ourselves. Vault 22. Where to begin?
Indeed, where to begin? Don't hold back. Give me the full story.
Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation. And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water, and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible?
Well, I'd say that nothing is impossible.
Precisely. Science has proven that truth 1,000 times over, but how many wasteland savages believe it? Present company accepted, of course. The bounty I described to you is no idle fantasy. It exists in primitive form only a few miles from where we stand. We need only reach out and unlock its secret. For that, the OSI needs you.
Well, hold on. Scientific discovery is never so simple.
Isn't it? One directs one's efforts, or the efforts of others, toward a goal, and progress is made. It's a matter of incentives, nothing more. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them, no one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
All right, you've got a deal. I'll look into Vault 22 for you.
Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Sure, but is there anything specific or special that I should know?
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course.
Sure. No insult. Just a unique way to put it. I do have other questions, though.
Oh? What might those be?
Well, I'm rather interested in the OSI overall.
The Office of Science and Industry. It's a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but I'm sure I'd bore you. Suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the NCR. Our work focuses on practical matters: medicine, engineering, biology. The dam, for instance. OSI routes its energy supply to our cities in the West. That's only one responsibility of this office.
Oh, wait. Don't tell me you control the dam from here.
Directly? No. But we attempt to maximize its output. You have no idea how difficult it is to provide power to an entire nation. Our efforts at Helios 1 held a great deal of promise, until some drifter blew in from the waste and managed to reroute the power. As to where the power is going, who knows? Can you imagine? A drifter outsmarting professional scientists. Only in New Vegas. That's the trouble with this wasteland. Too many damned variables. No one can account for them all.
Well, so much for Cenovus Paribus, right? But, you said that you were the director of the OSI?
Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas in my head. No, I direct our eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have, but I've found some promising leads.
Wait, the NCR is facing a food shortage?
Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so.
Well, that explains looking for the information from Vault 22. You're researching all of these problems yourself?
Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course.
Well, that's quite a bit. What other responsibilities does this office have?
We aid some programs the Republic has sponsored involving sharecropper farms in the area. But those haven't panned out too well from what I hear. There have been complaints about the amount of water we're supplying. But those are just excuses for lack of diligence, I'm sure.
Well, you can only guess. I am curious, though. What do you think your chances are against the Legion, given that you're with the NCR?
To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Shu, and I expect him to leave the science to me. Too many people have opinions on things they know nothing about. And the more ignorant they are, the more opinions they have.
Well, that's surprisingly insightful. But anyways, I have jobs to do, and I'm certain that you have plenty of work yourself. I'll let you get back to it.
Yes, goodbye.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but did he give you a job?
Maybe. Why are you so interested?
Not interested. More concerned. It's just... You're not the first person he sent to Vault 22. And I know he'd never tell you. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs?
There were others? Well, maybe Dr. Hildern and I need to have another talk.
No, wait. I don't mean to see any harm come to Dr. Hildern. Unless by talk, you just mean talk. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich. Not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc. But I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead.
Well, since I'm headed that way, I'll try. But I make no promises.
That's all I ask. She might even be able to help you. As long as you don't speak too well of Dr. Hildern.
I'll keep that in mind. And now, I think I'm going to have another talk with Dr. Hildern.
Right. Good luck.
Dr. Hildern.
Yes? Something else you needed?
A little bird told me that I'm not the first person you've sent to Vault 22. Am I?
I never said you were. You've been speaking to Williams, haven't you?
I'm the one asking the questions, Dr. Hildern.
Fair enough. Begging your pardon, but this is beginning to feel like an interrogation. No, you aren't the first person I've sent to the vault. I'm sorry that I neglected to tell you, but I don't see how it makes any difference.
It is important. I prefer to know what I'm getting myself into.
You want certainty? You'll never find it, especially not in the pursuit of science. Take my advice. Forget about Williams. She's a talented researcher, but she doesn't understand people, and she can't see the big picture. Now, I know your time is valuable, so I won't waste any more of it. Feel free to show yourself out.
Oh, what a helpful guy. Oh my god. It took long enough to find my way through those frickin' sewers. Ugh, I never step foot down there if I can help it. I get lost so easily. Alright, I'm back. And I smell pretty bad.
Welcome back.
Well, hello to you too. Listen, I delivered the invoice, just as you asked.
Well, you've proven yourself reliable so far. Would you be interested in more important jobs?
As long as it's paying. What other work do you have available?
As much as I like to handle matters personally, I can't be everywhere at once. There is a negotiation with a smaller trading outfit that I'd like resolved as quickly as possible. There's also the matter of Henry Jameson, an employee whose services I'd rather do without. His family connections make it difficult, however. And finally, I need someone to acquire the Gunrunner's manufacturing specifications. This job needs to be quiet. No alarms, no deaths.
Henry Jameson. Sounds a lot to me like you've got dead weight that you don't want hanging around.
The Jamesons are very wealthy ranchers back in Redding, California, and significant investors in the Crimson Caravan Company. I was pressured into posting young Henry as the manager of the New Vegas branch. As you can see, he wasn't exactly cut out for the job. He was much more interested in gambling and prostitutes, and because of his family, I can't simply fire him. Henry needs to be convinced to quit, one way or another. I won't have a useless employee on the company payroll.
And what about the negotiation job?
There's a small trading outfit, Cassidy Caravans, that I'm interested in acquiring. They've been rather competitive, so it's time to buy them out. I have it on good authority that the owner, Cass, wants out of the caravan business. Cass frequently trades with the NCR, so you'll likely find her at the Mojave outpost.
All right, and what's up with the gunrunner job?
The quality of the gunrunners' armaments is due to their manufacturing process. They craft all weapons on site. I want to know the secrets of their manufacturing process, which means you'll need to find some way to get inside their heavily guarded factory. I would greatly prefer that you perform this job undetected and without killing anyone, if it can be helped.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Was there something else?
Nope, that's everything. I'll be on my way, Alice.
It's been a pleasure.
Ooh-wee. Now I've been loaded down with some real work from the Crimson Caravan. Hopefully it all pays well. Okay, I need to sell some stuff off, and need to secure a beef contract, so Blake.
Hey there. You looking to buy or sell?
How about discuss a contract? McCarran is in need of shipments of Brahmin meat and spices for the mess hall. Regular shipments.
Won't be a problem. We have plenty of spice traders working with us back home, and we could get meat from the local Brahmin ranchers. The bigger issue is payment. To supply the camp with meat will cause some serious caps.
Well, McCarran is overstocked with water and fresh vegetables. You just arrange for a 2-for-1 trade.
That should work. We'll do a weighted exchange based on the going value of meat and vegetables. Water is invaluable in this dusty hole. Let McCarran know they should expect the first shipment in a week or so.
All right then. So, with that done, let's do a little bit of smaller business.
Can do.
Okay. Got him cleaning it all up.
You're back. Do you need medical attention?
Not quite. I'm here on behalf of a soldier, NCR. Corporal Betsy from 1st Recon. She'll be coming to see you for mental treatment.
Mental trauma can be just as debilitating as physical injuries. Fortunately, I'm well qualified in such treatment. I'll make time in my schedule.
Well, that was all I stopped in for today, Doctor. But I'm certain I'll see you again.
Take care.
Ooh, hey. Level up. Sweet. I'll put the points into survival, barter, and put the remainder into science here. Okay. Now for the perk, because this is a perk level. You know, the even levels are perk levels. And I'm going to take Adamantium Skeleton so I can offset the small frame character trait that I took at the beginning of the game. Alright, so I'm a little bit better off than I was when I began. Well, it's been ages since I last leveled up. Anyways, now I think it's about time that I turn the corner here and I head back into Freeside because I think that there's some more jobs that I can get done there.